Hi, Heather. Let's start right there in the hockey world, as you mentioned. After having their season delayed by that COVID-19 outbreak, we now know when the Stars will finally hit the ice for their first game. It will be next Friday night, and it will be right here in Dallas. The Stars will host the Nashville Predators in their first game action since losing in last year's Stanley Cup final. Dallas was originally supposed to start this season this week on the road, but the team's first 4 games were postponed and now have been rescheduled for later dates. The Stars had 17 coronavirus cases. Even though the team got back to practice on Tuesday, they were still without more than a dozen players. So what type of team Dallas will be able to field next Friday night is still a little bit up in the air. The Mavs on the court tonight, they're still -5 guys because of COVID-19 protocol. Dallas and Milwaukee taking on 2-time reigning MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Second game of the season for the big man Kristaps Porzingis, and look at this move in the first. Pulls out the old Dirk one-legged fadeaway. Mavs up 4. Dallas would quickly fall behind from there. Giannis from downtown caps a 12-0 run. Third quarter, Mavs still chipping away from behind. Luka pumps, fouled. Banks had 28 points, a rebound away from a triple-double. This is really what we've been missing, right? Luka to KP 4-3 puts the Mavs down just a point. Inside 3 minutes to go in the game, Luka to the corner for James Johnson gives Dallas its first lead since the first quarter. But on the other side, Chris Middleton answers the bell for the Bucks. Back-to-back threes puts Milwaukee back up 4. 1 second left. Mavs down 3. Off the missed free throw, Luka to force overtime, but not enough magic. Dallas's 4-game win streak snapped, 112-109.
We were not playing unselfishly to start the game at either end, and it permeated to our overall play. And when you start off in a hole and then you lose the first quarter by 7 points, you know, it's a tough way to start the game.
Corey Kluber's time as a Texas Ranger appears to be officially over now. The former Cy Young Award winner is reportedly signing with the Yankees for 1 year, $11 million. Kluber threw just 18 pitches for the Rangers before a shoulder injury ended his lone season with Texas. The Rangers then declined to pick up his $18 million option for next season. The team did today agree on a pair of one-year deals with 2 other players to avoid arbitration. Joey Gallo will make $6.2 million next season. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will make $2 million, both of them winning Gold Gloves for the Rangers this past season. Well, the DFW had a shot at making some history before this historic high school football season ends this weekend. Entering the day, the Metroplex had a chance to sweep titles in the UIL's 5 largest classifications for the first time ever. For that to happen, Denton Ryan needed to win its title game tonight at AT&T Stadium. Let's take you there now. The undefeated Raiders facing the unbeaten Cedar Park Timberwolves. Both these teams 14-0 coming into the night. First quarter, Ryan with an early 3-0 lead, and adding to it right here, Kiori Hicks with the game's first touchdown run. Raiders opening up an early 10-point lead. Second quarter, it's Seth Hennigan, the quarterback, the coach's son, headed to the Memphis Tigers in the morning, but tonight he's hitting Keegan Cunningham to make it 17-8 Denton Ryan. The true strength of this Raiders team all season long, though, the defense. Ty Marsh intercepting Ryder Hernandez right here. The Ryan offense then takes advantage of that. Hennigan to the future Oklahoma Sooner, Billy Bowman Jr., gives the Raiders a 16-point lead. Next Cedar Park possession, Hernandez's pass picked off again. This time, Garion Robinson taking it back. He wouldn't make it to the end zone, but this guy would. Anthony Hill Jr. makes it 31-8 Raiders. Next Cedar Park drive, you know what's going to happen, right? Another turnover. This one a total backbreaker. It's Ty Marsh stripping what was about to be a touchdown. He would go on to earn defensive MVP in the game. third quarter, Raiders continuing to punish Hernandez. Poor guy, right? Anthony Hill Jr. with the strip sack. Marquise Hill Jr. with the score. Denton Ryan wins its third state title tonight, 59-14. The Raiders completing an undefeated pandemic season.
We've been grinding every day to get back to this game because we fell short last year. We had a grudge on our shoulder. We knew what we had to do to get here, and we came out here and executed, and we won. We state champs, baby.
I'm proud of him. I got a special place in my heart for coaches' kids. You know, they put up with a lot of grief and hear things that aren't true. And all he's done is battle and ride it out with class. It's crazy. He's leaving tomorrow morning for the University of Memphis, just won a state championship, and so I just can't be prouder of him and, you know, who he is.
Earlier in the day, the 5A Division II title game. Aledo going after its third title in a row and its 10th overall, already a state record with 9, facing the Crosby Cougars. Aledo trailed early in this ball game, but they'd fix that. JoJo Earl here taking the pass from Braden Fowler-Nicolosi, future Alabama wideout. Racked up 134 receiving yards, 92 rushing yards, and ties the game right here. After Crosby retakes a 14-7 lead, DeMarco Roberts says, check me in. 32-yard touchdown would tie things up again. How about some special teams, right? Here's something you don't see all that much. Bearcats punter Clay Marauder avoids getting his punt blocked, and on top of that, picks up 21 yards and a first down, and that leads to more DeMarco Roberts. Aledo takes its first lead, and the Bearcats would simply never cool off. Second quarter, Cap Mooney with the interception. Good hands. Leads to Roberts. He's heading to play at Lamar next year. Pounds the ground for another score. He carried 30 times for 255 yards. Would add another touchdown here before half. He had 6 of those. Too many to show you. Aledo scores touchdowns on all 8 drives before kneeling on the 9th. And the Bearcats win their 8th state title in the last 10 years, beating Crosby 56-21.
Man, it's amazing. You know, I wouldn't trade this team for nothing. You know, I love this team.
Going through this rough pandemic season with them and going through the blood, sweat, and tears with them, that's a good feeling.
It's been a heck of a year. That's all I can tell you. These kids never quit. I mean, from the first day we got here till 2021. How about these darn kids? How about?
Man, nothing better than the water bath after winning it all. So, with Aledo and Denton Ryan taking care of their business, now it's up to the final 2 Metroplex teams in the 6A games tomorrow to complete that DFW sweep. In the 6A1 game, it will be the father-son matchup we've all been waiting for at the head coach position. Riley Dodge will lead the Dragons against the Shaps, coached by his dad, Todd, in what everyone's calling the Dodge Bowl. We showed you their story last night. Check it out on our website, on my Twitter account. Both these men, of course, they'll say it's about the kids, and of course it is. They're the ones that got these teams to this point. Earlier this week, our Mike Ducey catching up with some Carroll players for their thoughts on the Dodge Bowl.
How much will this mean to your coach to go up against his dad, do you think?
Oh, I mean, he must want it so bad, and we all want it so bad, and I think we're all willing to do whatever we can to get Coach Dodge's first ring as a coach.
Yeah, obviously he's going to want some bragging rights during Thanksgiving and Christmas and that kind of stuff, so it's probably pretty big.
Really big for him, like as a head coach going up against his dad to see who's better and who's learned more.
In 6A Division II, it will be Cedar Hill facing Katy again. It's the 4th time in the last 9 years these two schools have played for the state title. The Longhorns are going after their 4th championship in program history. The coaching history in this one, with a Cedar Hill win, Longhorns head coach Carlos Lynn will do something that hasn't been done in 3 decades, becoming the first black head coach in the Dallas area to win a football state title since Robert Woods did it with Wilmer Hutchins in 1990.
that coach happens to be my old high school coach, Robert Woods, and I happen to play on that football team. So that would be real special to be able to just even have my name mentioned with the Hall of Fame coach, Robert Woods.
And as if high school football playoffs weren't enough, we've, of course, got the NFL playoffs rolling on this weekend. Tomorrow on Fox 4, it's Packers-Rams kicking off at 3:30. And Sunday on Fox 4, Sunday night, it's the battle of the old man quarterbacks, Tom Brady and the Bucs, Drew Brees and the Saints. Not on the History Channel, Heather, right here on Fox 4.
Did you really say old man quarterbacks? That's not how I look at either of those guys. But I guess to a lot of the players, they are old. But all right, Jeff, thank you.